What's up, everybody? What's up? We got Bitcoin pushing 67K right now. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to have some fun today, right? I'm going to go through the charts and things like that, and then after the stream, we'll hop in the chat and do some Q&A and stuff. But if you look over here, right, we got Bitcoin pushing up past the bigger 618 Fibonacci now, right, and approaching the 702. This is kind of the box, right, that I had drawn the last couple days. But we have Bitcoin entering the big box, I like to call it, right? Between the 618 and the 702. Let's see what we get, man. Let's see what we get. Could be kind of interesting. Obviously, Nashville Bitcoin conference coming up on the 27th, right? So that's coming up in 8 days. What will Bitcoin do before that? Let's see. But we're going to be watching this on the stream. We'll check this out towards the end of the stream, see where Bitcoin is. But something tells me the TA gurus, right, ignoring the fundamentals of Bitcoin, which we're going to talk about today, right, are going to be left in the dust. All right. So smash it the like. Let's get it. Today, we're going to go over a lot of shit today, man. A lot of shit. All right. Let's get it. Who we got here? Hoff said 69 peeps. Yeah, we got 69 peeps in here today, baby. Let's go. Anyways, so 66,445. Obviously, nice move up for BTC, up about 5% in the day, right? Good stuff. That's a big move for BTC at this point, 5%. But yeah, right into resistance, man. We get over the 702. We got this downtrend of resistance up here. And it's kind of correlating to maybe we hit that at the Nashville conference, which maybe we get a little buy the rumor, sell the news, right? We'll have to see. But obviously a good move out for BTC, despite the fact, right, that we have a couple big events coming up next week. Next week is going to be a huge week, guys. Huge week. Whether it's bullish or bearish, it's going to be a huge week for the long term of crypto. All right. So obviously, if you're new to the channel, what are we looking for on this channel? We're looking for that fifth wave, right? That fifth wave that gets Bitcoin to push higher. It's about patience at this point, right? I'm not going to be talking about the short-term time frame charts too much. It's just about getting through this fourth wave, just like we had it down here back in April and August and September. We had to get through that second wave, right? And if you got through that second wave and you flipped bullish at any point in here, obviously you had the fruits of the labor of riding up the third wave and having a fantastic time. And I think the same thing is setting up here as we're just about to enter, right? Probably more so in Q4. I expect like the more impulsive price action in Q4, but entering the fifth wave, in my personal opinion. And I've always had the thing that I think Bitcoin is going to make its biggest move this year, not next year, all right? Despite the fact of everyone changing their mind every single day about it. Continue to say, I think the fifth wave is going to happen in Q4 of this year, all right? A couple other things, right? Bitcoin, it's the halving, right? Guys, it is, shout out to Ethan, became a member, shout out to Ethan, man. I'm going to be bringing back member streams, guys. I'm going to try to do at least a couple member streams a month, right? But I think I'm going to do it when we're going to have like crazy price action. So if like we're getting a Bitcoin pump, I'll hop on, do a member stream or something like that. So make sure you're looking out for that. But shout out to Ethan. But, you know, as we kind of look here, it's the same stuff going on every single cycle, guys, right? We always like to, you know, get all up in arms about a certain FUD, right? It was the German government selling, now it's Mt. Gox. Guys, this is all to shake you out, right? Every cycle, we have the halving event, which is these red lines. We go sideways for about 2 to 3 months after the halving, and then after the halving, we shoot up, right? Halving, 2 to 3 months of sideways, parabolic price action. Halving, 2 to 3 months of sideways, parabolic price action. Here we are again. It's the same shit, but every cycle people fall for the FUD. Every cycle people get out right before the big move comes. All right? It's the same stuff every single time. And we always like to say, people always like, okay, Jordan, where is the money going to come from? What's going to be the catalyst? The catalyst always comes, and it's not something that you expect. What's the catalyst this time? Would anyone would have expected that Trump would be hyping up crypto, pick a pro crypto vice president, right? Talk about adding Bitcoin as a Federal Reserve asset. No one would have thought that a year ago, right? So here's your narrative. There's always a narrative that's tied to it. Here you go. No one would have predicted that a year ago. All right. So here we are. Same thing. We've seen about 2 months of sideways since the halving, setting up perfectly for the end of this year. Same shit, different day, always a different reason it happens. All right. So that's what we got for BTC. The good thing, right? And I'm going to continue to say this, the most healthy thing. Let's check Bitcoin real quick. 66,481. Come on, baby.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
I got the same shirt on as yesterday, by the way, guys. Just hodl it. This shirt has been pretty good luck. So I'm going to try to wear this every day, even though it's going to stink. So I'm going to try my best to wear it every single day, man. All right, so Bitcoin dominance. Why is this move up healthy for BTC at the moment? Well, what are we seeing? And this is what we want to see. We want to see Bitcoin lead through all-time highs. And we're seeing, as Bitcoin moves up, we're seeing Bitcoin dominance move up. We're not seeing altcoins have 20, 30% pump days when Bitcoin's up 5%. Instead, we're seeing Bitcoin outpace the majority of altcoins. And that's exactly what I want to see. That is a healthy move up. All right. So what we got to watch for now, as we get into this, is this trend line we've been watching. All right. Here, 2017, we hit this. That was the start when altcoins started to go nuts. Right here, 2020, December 2020, right? That's when altcoins started to go nuts. Look how close we are to this. And I think the timing of this just makes sense. Where we got Bitcoin moving up towards all-time highs again, we get a massive impulse on Bitcoin because of some type of rumor, whether it's true or not, of the US adding Bitcoin to their reserve assets. Whether it's true or not, we don't know yet, right? It creates hype. Get Bitcoin through those all-time highs. That's what gets the hype into altcoins. Same shit every single cycle, all right? Now, the wild card would be, this is the wild card, and this would throw everything off, is if we actually see Bitcoin dominance break through this trend line. And if we see Bitcoin dominance break through this trend line, I'll say this, a lot of my thoughts on Bitcoin's top could change if we see Bitcoin dominance break through this trend line. But we'll talk about it when we get there. We still got about like 2 or 3% to go. All right, so we'll talk about it when we get there, all right? So yeah, that's what we got in Bitcoin dominance. Everything playing out perfectly. Really, really good there. Now, let's go check Bitcoin again. Come on! All right, short-term price action, whatever. I want to talk about, obviously, a few things that happened, right? Get out of here. I disabled my ad blocker, even though I didn't. Get out of here. All right, anyways, you guys can see through it. Idiots, you guys can see through that little... You guys can see through this. Shout out to Stumbledore. He said we should do a beer and bacon stream sometime. I'll do a bacon and water stream. How about that? Bacon and water, man. All right? And I'm there with you, Stumbledore. All right? At some point, maybe we'll celebrate when Bitcoin hits 100K in the future. We'll hang out and just enjoy life on the stream. Sound good? I think it sounds good. But you guys can see through this. Huge Windows blackout hits banks, airports, and more. I don't know if you guys saw this last night. You have to live under a rock if you didn't, I guess. But basically, there was a huge blackout on multiple different countries, dude. Right? German airports being shut down. Microsoft getting hit offline. Windows literally got hit offline. Windows. Okay? Some stuff that's really never happened before. Okay? Crazy shit happens. You would think that Bitcoin would dump because of this, because people would be like, okay, if the internet or power goes down and security goes down, Bitcoin's going to dump. We actually have Bitcoin pumping off this. Why is Bitcoin up 5% today on news that internet security is having issues? Doesn't make too much sense. Okay? I thought that was interesting, right? But really the big thing, right? And this is the thing for the next week, that everything else is pointless. I think everything else is pointless. Obviously the speculation grows, and we don't know if this is true. I want to start off with this, all right? We don't know if this is true or not, all right? As we see Bitcoin moving up. It's fantastic, fantastic day. Trump to back Bitcoin as a U.S. strategic reserve at the 2024 conference. Now, obviously, he can't do this until he gets into office, but we don't know if this is true or not. I'm going to preface this, okay? But I wanted to talk about this a little bit today. What could be the effect if this is true, right? If this is true. It's a rumor. We don't know if it's true. But if this is true when Trump gets to office, what could happen? All right. And we're going to talk about a little bit about that today, right? And I've told you guys, I want to get back to talking a little bit more about the fundamentals in Bitcoin and why I truly believe in Bitcoin, right? I think the market's gone away a little bit from talking about why people truly believe in Bitcoin, and it's more of so just I want price to go up and sell higher. A lot of the ethos of people believing in the fundamentals of Bitcoin has gone away. I want to bring that back a little bit. We're still going to talk charts, but I'm very passionate about looking through data, and you guys will see what I made, all right? But yeah, so we have this, right? And obviously, you guys didn't see this. Trump says JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon no longer Bitcoin critic, right? Jamie Dimon no longer hates Bitcoin, apparently. And he's been one of the biggest Bitcoin haters. I don't know if I believe this, but it is news, okay? We'll see if this is true also. But real quick, right? And we're going to jump into Ethereum and look at Solana and a few altcoins, right? But obviously, I want to bring this up, okay? So let's just bring this like this, all right? So this is, right? And this is going to talk about the Federal Reserve, Bitcoin maybe as a Federal Reserve asset, all right? So this chart right here is the total assets from the Federal Reserve, right? There's about actually at this point, there's about $7.5 trillion in the Federal Reserve, okay? Just to give you guys a general ballpark. It's a little bit less, like 7.3, but you guys get the point, right? 7.3 trillion, okay? Now, look at this, okay? The Federal Reserve holds $543.5 billion of gold, okay? $543.5 billion of gold. It's a lot of gold, all right? That's gold, all right? That's an old rock, okay? We're moving into the digital age, fellas, all right? This is the digital age we're moving into. So they hold $543.5 billion worth of gold. That's the U.S. alone. So I thought about this a little bit. And I was like, okay, so what are the numbers here? I was thinking, okay, if this rumor is true, which we don't know if it is or not, just prefacing that, if the U.S. decided to add even 1% of the amount of Bitcoin that there is gold in the Federal Reserve, that would be $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's 1%. 1% of what they hold in gold. Right? And I think that's light. Like, if they're going to do something like that, I feel like it's going to be more than that. So let's take 10% of gold. Okay? 10%. I still feel like that's really, really low. 10% of gold is $54 billion worth of BTC. To put that in perspective of how much money that is, right? 10% of gold. Just to put in perspective how much money that is, right? This is the amount of money that's came into ETFs from January to March. So in 3 months, there was $60 billion that came into the ETFs, okay? Just to put in perspective how much money that would be. And Bitcoin did a 2x from January to March, okay? With $60 billion added to the ETFs. And that's with sell pressure from Grayscale. That's just not pure buying, right? So could get pretty crazy if that's true. It's that true. But I just want to look at a few things. I like doing these little things to kind of do like some brain exercises. And those are very small numbers. That's 1% of gold and 10% of gold. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to look at that real quick. As we got that, all right, let's check BTC. 66,373, by the way. All right. Let's check Ethereum. Okay. So this is ETH, right? So ETH is about 2% on the day. It's fine. Same thing for ETH though, is we're looking forward to that wave 5 on ETH, right? How high does it go? I'm not going to make any predictions, right? Maybe I'll do some type of prediction stream or something at some point. But yeah, so this is what we got for ETH, right? Looking for that same wave 5. And if we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but if we just kind of look at the time frame it's taken to get to the point where we're at, this is about the same week that Ethereum started to go parabolic back in 2020. So as far as time, we've had enough time to go sideways. And if we just look at the cycle top, we're actually slightly behind 2020 as far as time. All right. So all in all, we've had enough time. Okay. And all in all, we don't know if this fourth wave will go slightly lower on Ethereum, but relatively speaking, same thing for Bitcoin. I think it just matters of patience, and any dips are for accumulating for the next wave, right? Higher on Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So, and a few things on ETH, and this is why the Ethereum ETF I think is getting a little bit undersold. I think, and there's two reasons for that. Okay. One, I just think people knew Bitcoin, institutions would be interested in Bitcoin, right? People knew that. Just because like MicroStrategy's, Tesla, they already own Bitcoin, but people don't know really what the impact of ETH is going to be, right? Are institutions, big money going to be interested in buying the Ethereum ETFs? They could be. They could not be. That's the first thing, right? It's unknown. It's the unknown, right? So people are scared to enter ETH because they don't know how the ETF is gonna work, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is the Grayscale holdings. Grayscale owns $9 billion worth of Ethereum, okay? $9 billion worth of ETH. That's a lot, right? And that could bring a lot of sell pressure, just like Bitcoin had a lot of sell pressure because of Grayscale. But the difference is, and this is what kind of gets me excited about the Ethereum ETF, okay? High time frame. You might look at this and say 9 billion. That's a lot of Grayscale possible selling. The difference between the Bitcoin and ETH one, though, is the second week, right? So we have this, okay? And this did not exist on Bitcoin right away. We have the Ethereum mini trust from Grayscale. Look at this. And this is why I'm very optimistic for the Ethereum ETF, guys. The Grayscale Ethereum mini trust fee is 0.15%. Okay, that's less than BlackRock. That's less than Fidelity. So what's going to happen is all that 9 billion that's in ETH, right? Grayscale holdings, they can transfer that over to this mini trust with lower fees than BlackRock and Fidelity, with no tax effect, right? And that's huge. That's something that Bitcoin didn't have right away. Bitcoin's going to get this too, by the way. Bitcoin's getting this too. July 31st is the date. So this is big. After the first week, that's going to take a lot of sell pressure away from ETH that Bitcoin had and ETH will not have. All right? So that's big. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's pretty massive. All right? All right. So besides that, some cool stuff else going on. Let's check out the crypto bubbles. What is doing well today? Let's take a look. It's the meme coins. It's the revenge of the meme coins. Here they come. Bonk 10%, Popcat 10%, Brett 10%, Sol 4%, Mog 9. Really, it's like not that crazy. Like last 24 hours, most things are mixed. It's really Bitcoin leading the show here over the last 24 hours, and this is what you want to see at first. You want to see Bitcoin kind of lead the show, and altcoins kind of be like blah. Perfect. There you go. Right, pretty much what's going on in the last 24 hours. Perfect, right? So, but yeah, revenge of the memes. Wojak's also doing well. All right, Wojak's my kind of bet on the meme coin space, but nice, right? Obviously, I think more is going to come out of this. And just look at the altcoin market, right? High time frame. This is the weekly. Really, what gets me most excited is two things about the altcoin market. This potential bull flag, right, where you have 3 consecutive lower lows and lower highs into this big cluster of support. So this is potentially forming. Now, I think we still could do something like this, right? I still think we can get another hit to the downside, but that's besides the point. High time frame, I think this looks really, really, really good, whether we test the lows again or not. And ultimately, I think this eventually is going to shoot us. Whether this is the low where we make maybe one more slightly lower low, this is the thing that eventually is going to make us go into that next rally on altcoins whenever Bitcoin's ready to break through the highs. All right, so altcoin market in general, I think looks good. Many good things out there, right? Just make sure you're buying things that you believe in. You're not just buying anything because it's low. I think this cycle is going to be a little bit different, where it's going to be harder to pick the altcoin winners, just like last year. You got to be good at picking the altcoin winners. Not everything, I don't think, is going to be a winner. You got to be good at picking the winners, all right? And that's kind of my thought process on the altcoin market, all right? What else do we got? What else do we got? What else do we got? The Russell. Let's check the Russells. The Russell's pulling back again today. We want this to go up. That means people are taking risk. Russell's coming down, right, for the third straight day. So what we got to hope for is this a retest, right? But we want to see the Russell break all-time highs, just like it did back in 2020. The same week that the Russell broke all-time highs was the same week that that Bitcoin broke all-time highs, right? So we want to see the Russell bounce, get back above this high, and that's kind of what this same week right here, middle of November, that's when Bitcoin broke through all-time highs back in 2020, right? So want to see this bounce. We don't have it yet, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Other than that, right? I think we got good stuff for high time frame, right? A lot of things to be excited about in the crypto space, and we'll see if any of these rumors are going to take effect. Anyways, let me jump onto the chat. We'll keep an eye on Bitcoin. We're gonna do some Q&A. So if you're watching this not live, you can. that's the video for today, right? And we're gonna do some Q&A with the live stream. All right. So let's zoom in. Metal Gear, what's up? You said we bullish. Shout out to Metal Gear, man. Shout out to Metal Gear. RJ Stockton, general little fright in the market last days. Yeah, there was extreme greed. There was extreme greed for a little bit. Not extreme greed, extreme fear down here, right? We had bullish divergence. This is where a lot of fright in the market right down here, man. But obviously, when there's a lot of fear, you usually get a push up, right? You usually get a nice little push up, which so far we did, which is good. Which is really, really good. Let's see. Appreciate the morning green. Me too, man. It's good to have some morning green. Jordan, you a fan of Brett? I'm not really a big fan of memes, man. I mean, you can play memes if they go up. That's fine. Memes, just make sure a meme is a trade. Like, don't get married to a meme coin. If it goes higher, just make sure you take profits on it. They're all going to come down again, right? I mean, we've seen WIF have 80% corrections. We've seen Pepe have 80% corrections. So, like, if you get a big run on your meme coin, just make sure you sell it or take profits on it. That's all. I don't have any thoughts. It's a meme coin, right? I mean, there's no really thoughts to have other than hope price goes up, hope sell it, you know? Oh, shit. Joe, what do you think of the speech? Yesterday? Dude, I mean, I saw Hulk Hogan go on there. I was watching it last night. I saw Hulk Hogan, and I was like, Hulk Hogan was just in the crypto space shilling a Solana memer that got rugged. That's all I could think about when I saw Hulk Hogan on the stage. It's like, is that a coincidence? I don't know. I didn't expect that. That's kind of a weird coincidence. I don't know, man. That's just me, though. It was a weird coincidence. I don't want to talk too much about it, though, to be honest. Green screen shading equals green candle. But yeah, I went with the no background because you guys can see the screen better. Might be slightly distracting to see this beautiful face, but other than that, it is what it is. Before the stream, I went, did my jump roping, I did my push-ups. Make sure you guys are getting your exercise out there every day, right? Don't be sitting in front of a computer all freaking day. Make sure you guys are getting some exercise, whether it's weightlifting, cardio. Make sure you guys are eating healthy. Health is wealth. especially mental health. Vasco. Yeah, you saw Hulk Hogan last night? Scan loves red candles. I like red candles too. I'm confident in where Bitcoin's going in the high term time frame, so I still wouldn't mind some red candles, to be honest. On the altcoins, I wouldn't mind some red candles to be able to buy some more. Why am I shaking? Oh, I guess I have Rethoflag syndrome. Rethoflag syndrome. You get hair plugs, that scalp looks full. Does it? No, it's because Maj gave me a wonderful haircut. It's better than the hairdressers did. She's really good at giving haircuts. Yeah, she gave me the last 2 haircuts. The first one was horrible, man. I mean, that was my fault. I said just shave all my head. Now we know to keep the top long, or else it just looks horrible. You know. Why the divergence from the stock market today? Well, Bitcoin's at 66,470, by the way. You got to remember, like, dude, Bitcoin was getting absolutely destroyed while the stock market was going up. So it was only a matter of time before we started to see the opposite, right? So now you're seeing the stock market get destroyed and Bitcoin going up. It was only a matter of time, right? It was frustrating during the time. We're like, dude, why does Bitcoin keep going down and the stock market keep going up? It didn't make any sense. And now people are going to try to do the opposite. Now people are going to say the stock market's going down, so Bitcoin has to go down. It's going to be the same thing people are saying, just in the opposite direction. And as a bull, like, I think what we got to hope for is that's going to be wrong as well, right? But yeah, I think it's just Bitcoin's now playing catch up, right? The stock market has gone nuts above all-time highs. I think it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin plays catch up. I think that's what we're seeing the last week. I think the NASDAQ's down almost 10% and Bitcoin's up almost 20%. Ryan said on a walk now. Nice. Keep getting those steps in, man. I would say shoot. You can shoot for the 10K if you're new. But I'm going to be honest. If walking is going to be your exercise, that's the only thing you're doing, shoot for at least 15. Shoot for at least 15. You know why? Because if you search on Google, how many steps should I do per day, they're going to tell you 10. You want to beat what the normal person is going to strive for. Do 15, man. Do 15. Strive for the best. Don't be average. Yo, good to see you. Good to see you too, man. Hope everything's good out there. Thanks for the kind words, man. I love positivity in the chat and people being happy and stuff like that. The space needs more of that, you know. So I do like it, and that's why I am going to talk. I know some people don't like it, and I just don't care. I just don't care anymore. If I'm going to believe in something, I'm going to talk about it, and I think it's important that we talk more about fundamentals and things like that going forward. I think that brings good vibes. And rather than just talking price all the time, right? Because talking about price constantly is just greedy, man. Like, we're like, oh, Bitcoin's at 66 today. I'm happy. Bitcoin's at 64 tomorrow. I'm sad. Who cares, right? Do you believe in the asset long term? Do you believe in where the asset's going? Well, let's be positive about it and talk about the fundamentals, right? That's my thoughts. I do 5K run every day. I hate it, but I know it's good for me. Nice, dude. I hate running. I hate running. I hate running. I know some people love running. Maya loves to run. She'll go nuts. She'll just go on a 6-mile run. I'm like, how did you just do that? I can't even go on a 3-mile run without passing out or feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm not a big fan of running. That's why I did jump rope. I wanted to get some cardio in. And I think it's like everyone's different. You got to find something that you enjoy to do. Right? So if you enjoy to do running, go running. If you enjoy to do jump rope, do jump rope. If you like doing the Stairmaster at the gym, you should probably only do that if you're a girl, by the way. Men don't use the Stairmaster. But if you like using the Stairmaster, use the Stairmaster, man. Yeah. Let's see. Drew said if you can't run a mile in 12 minutes, at least, or a little... 12 minutes is pretty, like, yeah, you should be able to run a mile in 12 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to run a mile in 12 minutes. I think some people could speed walk a mile in 12 minutes. So I generally agree with that, at the very least. No Stairmaster or elliptical. Swimming's great. I would go swimming if there was a pool that I could just randomly go swimming in. Swimming is a really good exercise. I agree. If only I could, like, if there was somewhere I could just go swim every day. That swimming's fun too, as long as you don't get eaten by a shark. I'm like that. I won't do it in any ocean because I feel like I'm gonna get eaten by a shark. It's a childhood fear of mine ever since that pelican day. I'm like afraid of animals in the water. You guys don't know my pelican story. This is completely off topic of crypto, by the way. But if you guys don't know my pelican story, obviously I got bitten by a pelican when I was in the water, and now I'm afraid of all fish, sharks, birds, anything that's in the water. I'm done. I'm done for. But I love dogs and cats. I love dogs and cats. All right, let's check on a few things. Bitcoin, 66,340. Let's see what else we got cooking around here. Ethereum, we got 3,448. Let's see if we got anything really cooking. I know Sol was having a big day. Sol's up 6%. Bonk's doing really, really well, but overall, nothing too crazy. It's mostly, I wouldn't say it's mostly Bitcoin's time to shine, but overall, right now, it's Bitcoin's time to shine. Excuse me. If you're a grown man that can't run, oh my God. Listen, everyone starts somewhere, right? I think if you can't run a mile under 12 minutes, you should strive for that. If you can't do it, I think that's a wake-up call, and you should strive to run a mile under 12 minutes. You know what I mean? If you can't do it, that's fine, but realize that you probably have some type of cardio issue, and you should go exercising. You know what I mean? I think that's the point. Ghost with the $5 super chat. What's up, man? Jordan, did you hear about MSI monkey shit Inu? No, I didn't, man. And I don't want to hear about it. I wish you good luck with any meme coin. I wish you good luck. But I got my pick. My pick is Wojak, and I'm not going to talk about it too much. But I wish you good luck in your whatever meme coin you choose, man. Good luck, sir. All right, Ghost. Mr. 100. What's up? Hey, Daddy, do you think Bonk looks juicy? I trust it as a meme because Solana. Yeah, I mean, Bonk's... If you're a believer in Solana, which I think you should be, right? Solana's the gambling chain. Solana's the chain where people are buying memes. And honestly, like, I don't think that's going away, right? How I think the market is right now is pretty simple. I think the market is Bitcoin's the store of value, right? Ethereum is the infrastructure, right? Where all the big institutions are building things on top of ETH, right? It's the infrastructure. And then Solana is the casino. Solana is the gambling chain, which people might say that's bad, which you could argue it's good or bad, ethos, whatever. But that has a lot of value. Gambling is a big industry, okay? And people love to gamble on their meme coins. So I don't think Solana's going anywhere for that simple reason. But everything's different, right? We shouldn't really compare Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. I think they're all different. They all have different use cases. They're all much, much, much different plays, in my opinion. I think there's a room in your portfolio for all three. And I think we should brace all three. You know? It is what it is. Post-traumatic pelican syndrome. That's probably a thing. If I Google it, it's probably a thing. That's probably a thing. Oh, shit. Shit talking mushrooms. But Bonk, if you're bullish on Solana, Bonk is a good play. Bonk's a good play. It's the beta. It's the beta to Solana. So if you're bullish on Solana, you probably think that Bonk does even better than Solana. You know, so that's kind of the thing. Ghost came in again. Shout out to Ghost. He said, if you have a little bit of time, can you please tell me if the chart is doing good on the ETH chain? MSI monkey shit Inu. Ghost. I want to do it for you, buddy, but like I don't want to be looking at that stuff on stream, right? And most people don't care about that stuff. Here's what I'll tell you, Ghost. If it's up a lot, take some profits if it's a meme coin, okay? If it's not up a lot and you believe in it, sit on your hands, all right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be looking at that because I just don't think anyone's interested in. I don't think anyone's interested in monkey shit, you know. It's kind of funny, but I don't think anyone's interested in that. Oh shit. Excuse my language. All right, where are we at? We're at 108. When did we start the stream? 12:30 today. So we're at 38 minutes. We'll stay on a little bit longer. Bitcoin 66,377. Ultimately, like next week, like whatever happens up until next week is whatever, right? So my thing is, if we do get any dips, so if Bitcoin's going to reject from this region between like 65 and 68, and we get a pullback, I think those pullbacks are to be bullish on, especially if you believe in, there's an altcoin that you really believe in. Like you guys know the altcoins I truly believe in. It's a very short list. It's basically Ethereum and some RWA coins like Link and a few others. And I actually do believe in Solana. Solana has a use case at this point. If there's stuff that you believe in on pullbacks, you'd be bullish on pullbacks. That's if we get a pullback, you know. But man, next week's gonna be the doozy, dude. Next week's gonna be the doozy. We got Nashville Bitcoin conference with Trump speaking. We got the Ethereum ETF launch. It's going to be one of the biggest weeks as far as just things happening in the crypto space in a long time. I think ever, actually. This might be the biggest, like, not as far as price. Like, don't think of price, guys. Like, I think sometimes we just always think of price. As far as long-term fundamentals, next week is one of the most exciting weeks to look forward to, whatever happens, and just one of the craziest weeks. You know, it's gonna be really interesting to see. Where's the pullback target? I'll tell you, there's a Bitcoin. I think if Bitcoin does reject, you could see like the low 60Ks again. I think you could see maybe 60 to 62 again. If Bitcoin wants to reject from here, you could. Just, I think the biggest thing is right now, guys, don't FOMO into stuff, because that's when you're going to be emotional. If you get a pullback ad, if you don't and you're already in the market, just be happy with what you have. Don't FOMO into stuff. That's when you're going to get trapped. Buy on pullbacks, not FOMOs. Pratish, how much money to survive in New York for singles? Depends where you live, man. Depends where you live. I'll tell you this. Unless you know somebody or you're grandfathered in, you probably can't find a place for anything under even like a... You probably can't find anything, even like a studio, under 1,800. And you're not going to be able to find anything less than that unless you already grandfathered in somewhere or you know somebody. So like you can make it work. Like it's not... I think people overrate it a little bit. It's not that much more expensive to live down here. It's not. It's really not. And actually, I would argue a lot of the prices, like when I used to live in Massachusetts, a lot of the prices of things are actually lower. Like food is actually lower than it is in Massachusetts. Crazy or not. It's really not that much more than anywhere else. It's really not. But yeah, if you want like a 1 or 2 bedroom, you're gonna be paying $2,500 at least. At least $2,500 a month if you want a 1 or 2 bedroom. At least. As a New Yorker, New York is brutal. It can be. Just stay in New Jersey and go for New York. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a budget, that'd probably be a better option, yeah. Come to... FOMO gets the adrenaline going. It does a little bit, but I would advise against it. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I will maybe hop on like later tonight if there's anything crazy going on. So if we're seeing Bitcoin pump like high 60K, 70K, maybe I'll hop on later tonight. Other than that, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll hop on for a nice Saturday stream tomorrow. And we'll talk about some stuff. Maybe we'll talk about some stuff we haven't talked about in a while. But other than that, have a great night, guys. Peace out. Much love. Probably going to go play some basketball in a little bit. And enjoy the not so hot weather outside. All right? Stay up, stay positive. The world is a very, very weird place right now. And make sure that you're in the hardest assets on the world, which is Bitcoin. Don't forget it. Just don't forget it. All right? Much love. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.